Hey guys, welcome to Good Coach, Bad Coach. Secrets the great coaches know that the others never figure out. I'm your host, Coach Micheal Burt, the Super Coach. Come to you every Sunday night, 6 p.m., with a new little show that I'm so excited about. As you know, I was a former championship coach. I spent a decade building a championship culture at one of the largest high schools in Tennessee and really become known for the emotional, psychological side of winning. And so a lot of coaches call me today, a lot of universities, a lot of college coaches, a lot of managers around the country about how to make this transition to a great coach. So I put together this show called Good Coach, Bad Coach. Comes to you every week on Sunday night at CoachBurt.com. And it'll also come to you on iTunes or Podcast Republic if you have an Android. So you can tune in every single week, share it with your friends. Go to CoachBurt.com. Today's topic is a great one. A good coach builds a program. A bad coach builds a team. There is a big difference in the mindset of a coach that just has a good team every now and then, and a big time coach that every action he takes, every maneuver he makes, is in the process of building a big time program that is so attractive, that is so interesting, that is so compelling that other people want to come to it. So when I was coaching at Riverdale, now that I look back on it, I actually wrote a book called The Anatomy of Winning with Championship Coach Rick In, so you can buy that at CoachBurt.com. It actually breaks down my whole philosophy in building a program. And if I had to go back and retitle the book, I would call it The Greatness Factory, because that's really what we did. We took people from all backgrounds, poor, rich, black, white, didn't matter, that came to us, and we put them into this greatness factory. And this greatness factory was this systematic machine that built the body, the mind, the heart, and the spirit of every one of our players in a very systematic way. We tackled the whole person. Go back and listen to episode 1 of Good Coach, Bad Coach, because good coaches build the whole person. The knowledge, the skill, the desire, the confidence. Bad coaches build one part, the body. And so when you think about this, good coach builds a whole program. That has to do with every single decision that you make. You see, a bad coach hopes to have a few good players. You know, a squirrel can find a nut. A blind squirrel can find a nut in every now and then, right? Well, a bad coach can have a winning team every now and then if the luck's right, if they get a few good players, if the market's good. But a great coach builds winning programs. They win 20, 25 games a year, every year, no matter what kind of players they got. Because they consistently get good players because they're a good program. So when you think about this systematic way, it takes me back the very first day that I was named the head coach back in, I believe it was 1999. I walked in, I looked at our locker room, which was divided right down the middle with old, crappy lockers. So half of the team couldn't see the other half of the team. So the older players were on one side, the younger players on the other side, had this big cinder block that looked like a basic, crappy PE locker room. There was no differentiation at all. Old lockers, old bathrooms. And the very first thing I said is tear it all down. We are going to have a first-class locker room. We're going to have hardwood floor. We're going to have brand new lockers. We're going to have a renovated restroom. We're going to have painted walls. We're going to have pictures on the walls, themes. We're going to have a checkered hallway that was red and gold. We're going to have brand new offices for our assistant coaches. We're ordering brand new uniforms. Now, why in the world would I do all of this stuff, which costs money? It had to have money. So I had to go out and raise this money. Matter of fact, here's what we're going to do too. We're going to go at Christmas time. We're going to San Diego and Texas, and we're going to Florida, and we're going to all of these cool places to play tournaments. And what we're going to do is we're going to drive up the attractiveness of our program. We're going to have our own website that tells people about our players. We're going to start using this program and treating it like a big-time college basketball program, because a good coach is interested in the long-term vision of a program. A bad coach is interested in a short-term win. Oh, we had a good season. Yeah, you had a good season, but you had 8 crappy seasons. Your locker room looks like crap. You can't attract people to it. You can't get good coaches that want to come work with you because there's nothing that's attractive. I want you to start thinking about your program as a greatness factory. Is that you can take people from all walks of life and all backgrounds and put them into that factory. And because of your knowledge and your skill and your desire and your confidence, you instill, you inner engineer winners. You really understand the anatomy of winning, which is that you can take people and turn them into winners. You can pop them in to the greatness factory and pop them out 4 years later. Now, this does not happen just through practice. This does not happen just through skill. It does not happen through lifting more like most people think. It does not happen just through running the players in the ground. It happens because you have a coordinated, systematic plan to build greatness in people. Some of the things we did is we had a Life After Basketball program. We had daily success academies. We had Thursdays with Dr. Phil. We had all of these cool things we did for our players to help them mature faster. To have a term I called advanced maturity. See, I wanted freshmen to think like seniors. And to do that, we had to speed up how fast they matured. And to speed up how somebody matures, you got to accelerate their learning. You got to put them in hard situations. You got to give them the tools and resources in all facets of their life. When we come back in the second segment, I'm teaching you how to be a good coach versus a bad coach, because here's the deal. There's a lot of bad coaches out there, and all they focus on is winning a few ball games. We got to get you to start thinking of, how do we recruit and attract the right people? I know you can't recruit at the high school level. You can in the business world. You can in the college world. How do we recruit and attract the right people? How do we coach and develop the right people? And how do we retain the right people? I'm going to show you the secrets that good coaches have that the bad coaches will never figure out. You're watching Good Coach, Bad Coach with Coach Micheal Burt. Hey, this is Coach Micheal Burt, and I have a prediction. Within the next 5 years, every manager in the world will have to become a coach. You know, a good coach will do 3 things for you. They make you have conversations you don't want to have. They make you do some things you don't want to do. They'll help you become something you didn't think you could become. This transition, what I call the coaching revolution, prompted me to create a program called Turn Your Managers into Coaches. What we want to do is drive up engagement, drive up production. We want to become a manager other people want to follow. If you've got managers out there that you want to turn into coaches that engage people in systematic behaviors that allows them to do something tomorrow they simply cannot do today, pick up the phone and call us, 225-8380, 615-225-8380, or email us at info@coachburt.com, and we're going to teach you how to turn your managers into great coaches. Welcome back to Good Coach, Bad Coach, coming to you every Sunday night at coachburt.com. Pretty soon on the Burt Network. You can go to the burtnetwork.com, watch all of my shows. Super Coach comes out on Tuesday. That's where we multiply your life, multiply your money, multiply your business. We're coming to you Good Coach, Bad Coach on Sunday nights. We've also got the Pressure Cooker, which is a brand new show about how to handle pressure in tense situations. That comes out on Thursdays. New programs you can see at the burtnetwork.com. You're going to see Secrets of a Successful Single Mom. You're going to see Living with a Monster, Working for a Monster. You're going to see all of these programs that we're going to be bringing to the market, plus some new shows. If you'd like to have your show, your own show on the Burt Network, contact us at info@coachburt.com, and we'll certainly line you up if you've got something to say. You want your podcast, you want your business on the street. We believe in being better known, and the Burt Network is where people of interest play at. So welcome back to Good Coach, Bad Coach. I'm Coach Micheal Burt, the Super Coach. Today we're talking the difference between a team and a program. Good coaches build programs. Bad coaches build teams. So how do we build a program? The big way to build a program is to look at the whole. You are, in essence, the CEO of your organization. You need outreach and marketing. You need fundraising to raise money. You need program enhancement. You need talent development. So I want you to put it into 3 buckets as a good coach. Number 1, how do we recruit and attract better talent? These are verbs. Recruiting is a verb. Attracting is a verb. Now, I used this joke just the other day. I know you're listening and you're a high school coach, and you say, Coach, they won't let me recruit at the high school level. You're right, they won't, unless you're at a private school. But nobody anywhere says that you can't attract great players to your organization. So maybe you can't recruit, the verb of going out into the market and recruiting talent to come to you. But nobody said that you can't attract great people, man. So remember this principle. To attract other people, we must become attractive. I've seen coaches with crappy locker rooms, floors are dirty, crappy offices, old uniforms, crappy buses the kids travel on, play in crappy places, in a crappy district. Now, why in the world would somebody good want to come to that? I want you to step and ask this question. Step back and ask this question. How attractive is your company? How attractive is your organization? Is it exciting for people to be a part of? Are you doing something big that other people want to be on board with? Are you attractive? And if you're in the business world and you're a manager and you're listening to this show, and it is for managers, because managers are coaches. Coaches engage people instead of systematic behaviors that allows people to do something tomorrow they simply cannot do today. That's what a good coach does. A manager solves problems and makes decisions. If you're a manager, you are in the recruiting business. You are out trying to recruit talent to your organization. That is a verb. You are taking an action and outreach to find somebody that fits, so to bring them to you. Once you sit down with them and talk to them, now you're attracting. Now, that's bucket number 1, recruit and attract. Bucket number 2 is to coach and develop. Once you get the right people on the bus, now it is a matter of coaching and developing that talent. What part? A good coach coaches the body, the mind, the heart, and the spirit. A bad coach focuses on the body. 90% of coaches focus on the body. They practice more, they yell louder, they lift more, and they think that's going to produce winning. You're missing the point here, Jack. The point is body, mind, heart, spirit. What are you doing to engage the mind? Envision a bigger future. What are you doing to engage the heart, the relationship, the desire, the passion? What are you doing to embrace the spirit, the vision? That's the whole person. You're coaching the whole person. That's where Life After Basketball came in, Success Academies. That's where Leadership Academies came in. That's where all of this extra stuff we did came in. Teaching the players the 7 habits of highly effective people, the principles of good to great, the 5 dysfunctions of teams, the 5 disciplines of a learning organization. This is where I was growing the whole person. The trips, the bungee jumping together, the dinners at night together, the breakfasts, the coming in at red dawn, all of this stuff is geared toward building a complete person, inner engineering a person to win. You can find out more about that in my book, Coach, The Anatomy of Winning. If I had to rename this book with Rick Ensel, it would have been called The Greatness Factory. It's end of discussion. I may end up writing a book, The Greatness Factory. I know I'm going to write Good Coach, Bad Coach. But my point to you is real simple. We're looking at a whole versus a part. Good coaches have a system for developing talent, a system for coaching the whole person, a system on how they practice, a system on how they perform, a system in how they eat a pregame meal, a system in how they do a pre-meeting deal, a system for scouting. Good coaches have a system. Bad coaches don't have a system. So think about this. We recruit and attract, we coach and develop, we retain. That means we're going to keep good people on the bus because this is a great place to work and it's a great place to play. Now, 2 more things and I'm going to get you out of here. When you think about a system, a good coach has a system, a bad coach has no expectation. You see, I built my career at Riverdale on expectation. 15 minutes early to everything. Everybody takes notes. Everybody picks up trash. Everybody says, yes, sir, no, sir. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Everybody says, no excuse. This is a system. This is expectation. What I have found is that people will meet your expectation when you set expectation. Where there's no expectation, there is chaos. You have got to hold people accountable to your vision of what you see, and don't let them go. When I think about Rick Insell, who helped me write this book, 10-time championship coach, Rick would tell you himself, there are better coaches when it comes to X's and O's. He's a great X and O coach, but what he is really great at is two things: making people think they're better than what they are, and holding people accountable to his system. Good coaches set very high expectation. They are vigilant about how they hold people accountable to that system. Today we've been talking about how you build a program versus a team. You've really got to see yourself as the CEO. You're also the chief marketing officer. You're the chief financial officer. You're the chief executive officer. You're the founder, CEO. You're it all. Because you got to be in the business of building an entire program. I cringe when I meet coaches who say all I want to do is just coach. I'm not interested in building a program. I'm not interested in being an ambassador. You know, I think of Bill Belichick. I think of someone who has cultivated a very specific skill set in coaching at the highest level. Probably all Belichick does all day long is sit around and think about winning. But he's also paid millions and millions of dollars to produce wins. There's other people that market. There's other people that sell. There's other people that fill the seats and sell the tickets and get people excited. But that's not what his job is. When you are coaching at the high school level, small college level, mid-American, whatever level, you got to get out and get people in the stands. You got to coach a team and put a great product. You got to get people excited. You got to become a person of interest that attracts other people. See, a good coach gets that. They look at the whole. Bad coach looks at one little bitty part. A blind squirrel can find a nut every now and then. A bad coach will win some games and even have a winning season every now and then. A good coach produces winning after winning after winning. They take people from all walks of life and they put them into the greatness factory. This has been Coach Micheal Burt, Good Coach, Bad Coach, every Sunday night. Watch the show live, CoachBurt.com. You can get it on iTunes or Podcast Republic. And let us know what you think. Give us your review. Share it with other coaches. 20 minutes. Trust me, I will make you think. Because if you know the secrets of a good coach, why in the world would you ever want to be a bad one? This is Coach Micheal Burt. Have a great week, everybody.